Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will show you on how to make a science journal. So a science journal, to explain, is a record of your experiment, the details of things that you do and things that you get from this experiment. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to write the title. So the first thing would be title. So the title of your experiment. So I've given you two projects that you can do for these 2 weeks. The first one is you can either plant mung bean plant, and second project would be to plant and observe plants that reproduce with no seed. So for the first project, you write the title, project 1, growing a mung bean plant. That would be your first title. Now, of course, you can use ruler to underline the title. Okay, the second thing that you need to do is you should write what do I need. I've given you the paper on how to do it, and this can be your guide. So the first thing after title that you need to do is what do I need? What do I need? So what things do you need to have for this project? Example here would be if you want to plant a mung bean plant, of course you need a mung bean. You can color your drawing according to what you see. Example, mung bean plant would be green. Do not color it blue, green, because science journal is the exact things that you observe and use. So label it mung bean seed or mung bean. So the second thing that you need for your experiment would be a place to plant your mung bean. So here either a plastic cup or a pot, plastic cup or a pot, whatever that you have at home. And the third thing that you need to plant would be soil. If you don't have any soil at home, so you can use like cotton. Like I said, you can use cotton as an alternative. So next, how do I do it? On the third, if you read your paper on how to make a science journal, the third one is how do I do it? So how do I do it means what steps that you do to make this experiment a success, or the steps that you do every day for this experiment. Of course, you need an explanation, and if you can draw, it would be even better. So for how do I do it, you can first draw. This is an example. You can do it's up to you on how do you want to do it, but you need to explain what you're doing. Example here would be this is example 1. I put soil in a plastic cup. If you are putting cotton in the plastic cup, then you change I put cotton in a plastic cup. The second one is if you can see here, this is an example, and this is, you can label, it's up to you, mung bean. Then I place a mung bean in the cup of soil. So this would be your soil, like this soil, and this one move here, arrow. Yeah, that would be nice. Now remember, this is a diary on how you do it. So how you do it, you should write it in detail, so when people would read your experiment, they would understand when they read your journal. Number 3, so this will be your drawing, and mung bean plant would be inside here. Color it where necessary, and you can say okay, that's the drawing. And you can say that I water the mung bean plants, mung bean, let's say once a day. Now remember, you might want to water it twice a day. Yeah, maybe once a day. It depends on what you want. Now remember also, when you want to plant anything, you put it, seed need warmth, warmth. So you should place your mung bean under the sun, not too hot. I mean, yeah, maybe by the side of your garage or the window. Yeah, that's nice. That's your mung bean, for example. And remember, plants need light. So I place it, example, at the side of the window. Okay, now this is example of steps that you do to make this experiment. Example. So the fourth thing that you need is my observation. I've given you the paper, and the fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, my observation. So write my observation, or what do I see? Now for observation, when you are planting plants, it would take a few days before before you can see the result. It would be a few days, maybe 2 days or maybe 3 days. It depends on the type of seed that you plant. You might not have a mung bean plant at home, but you might have a chili plant. Well, why not? You don't need to go and buy a packet of mung bean plant. If you can't, you always use anything around you that have seed, as long as it's a flowering plant, not too big. Flowering plant like chili would be okay, maybe tomato or maybe cucumber seeds, yeah, would be good enough. So my observation, what do I see, what do you see on the first few days and so on, up to like maybe 2 weeks? That would be nice. So this one you need to record one, but you don't have to wait near the plant. You don't need to check it every hour. No, you can just check it once a day. Check your plant once a day would be okay, but you need to record day 1. This is an example. Day 1, nothing happens, like I've given you, happens. Now do not forget to water your plant. Day 2, maybe nothing would happen, the same thing, nothing happened. And day 3, maybe something happened or maybe not, but this is an example. It depends on what you see, not what I see or not what you see in the internet, but what you see. If you're planting your plant, you might see something after a few days. So for day 3, example would be, if the plant started to grow. Now this is the part where you need to explain the details or draw. You can draw not too small, make it bigger so I can see if this is the soil, and you might draw like that. This is an example. Now, like I said, this is only an example. It depends on what you see. If you can't see anything on day 3, then it's okay. You can continue watering it every day and check it once or twice a day. Now, maybe on day 4 it grows more, so you can write and draw and color. This is a maybe. Example, if you've seen some leaves after day 4 or maybe day 5 or maybe day 6, just write I can see what can you see? The plant, the mung bean plant have leaves or sprouts. Leaves would be okay, growing, maybe 2 leaves. Maybe you can always measure, grows about 1 centimeter. Example, you can measure with your ruler and just write how many cm does it grow. Maybe 1 centimeter or maybe 2 centimeter. It depends on what you see. Now remember, this is what you see, not what I see. but you. As long as we can see that you can tell me the details of your experiment. Now, you can also, now remember, just to save space, you can also write or draw boxes like this. Use your ruler. This is an example. Draw boxes like this. This is much simpler, I think. With your ruler, of course. And day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and day 6. So in the boxes you can draw and explain what happened. Simply explain, not too much, just a simple explanation. Nothing happened here. So here would be nothing happened. Here nothing happened. And here would be started to grow. And so on. You can do that, of course, in your journal. You can either use something like this on top, or maybe something like this for more simpler way. So the next one, what can I understand? For number 5, what can I understand? Now, like I said in the paper, describe what you know about this project, what plants need to grow, what is needed by plants to grow, what make plants grow better. For this one, if you have planted 1 or 2 mung bean plants, you can always try like placing the other one in somewhere dark. Or maybe you don't put it under the sunlight, or maybe you water it once a day or twice a day. Or you can just do something like this. Just tell me, what do you understand by your experiment for these 2 weeks? Example would be, you can say that plants need, of course, a sunlight and water to grow. Now after a while, if you're putting in the small, now listen, it depends on what you've done here. Now, some would not have soil. Some would like to try on cotton. Padam. Okay. Some would like to try to plant mung bean plants using cotton buds only. Some, but others can plant with soil, and there's a difference between the 2 things, soil and cotton bud. After a while, after a few days, you can see that the one that using soil is better. If you can do 2 experiments, it's nice. but the main objective for this project is for you to grow plant, just grow the plant. Whether you want to do 2 or 3 different types of experiment is up to you. Example here, the plant or mung bean plant with soil grows better. This is an example. The plant using cotton bud or cotton balls does not grow as good as soil. Okay, now you can also write what you think. I mean, sometimes some people would use a small cup, but when you compare it, maybe you think, oh, I should use a bigger cup so it can grow better. Yeah, you can do that. You can write that, what I understand, what do you want to think, how can you make it better. Oh, I think I should water it twice a day, so it can grow better. Or maybe you think about, I think I should put in more soil so it can grow better. It's up to you. It depends on what you want and what you see and what you think. These are only examples, guidance for you on how to make a science journal. Do not forget, you can always draw and color. Is better. The more details, the better, as long as you try to plant your mung bean plants and record it here. This is what I want. Record your findings, what you see every day. Then you have 2 weeks. I hope you can do as much as you can. Okay, one more thing. If it's not a mung bean plant, if you're doing the second project at the same time, you can. Example, onion. Example, if you want to grow onion or shallots or garlic or potato, you can do the same thing, more or less the same thing like this one. For potatoes, I think you need a bigger pot, maybe plastic bag. It depends. You would need a bigger place to grow it, but you can easily plant onions, shallots or garlic using a bottle. You can check in the internet on information on how to grow onions or shallots indoors. So until next time, I hope this can be used to do your science journal. If you have any question, you can comment at the bottom of the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.